Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Good to be back. And before we get going, let me just show my disclaimer real quick. Good morning, Dr. Ken. Duke, Marcia, Rao, good morning, good morning. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. All right. Let's take a quick look at the Forex Factory, the calendar. A couple of big reports that we should be aware of. Today at, let's see, this one passed, 9:45, final services PMI, 10 a.m. ISM services PMI, that's a red flag at 10. We got crude inventory at 10:30. And 1:45, Fed Chair Powell speaks. So today is an FOMC day. And we know historically that the market can go into a little bit of chop on days that these FOMC days. So let's take a look at the top of our leaderboard this morning. The gold drone. This is a strategy that Stephen, one of our members, Mr. Jerry, shared with me. It's running on a 2-unit Renko on the strategy. My chart's looking at a 15 range. Look, the gold scalper is up at the top of my leaderboard along with Steven on the 8-unit Renko. Let's take a look at Steven. And I like to see what comes up to the top of the leaderboard. NQ8U, Signal C, Steven. And I'll tell you, this is a strategy once it gets hot. It can really run up the score. Let's keep an eye on the Steven. And what I've done is I set up a trade copier across a couple of Apex accounts. And I took the top 5 on my leaderboard and I put them on separate tabs. So at any time I can turn it on and copy my trades right to my Apex accounts. So on each tab I have a different one of the bots. This one happens to be the Steven bot. And I can very quickly and easily turn it on and copy my trades to my Apex accounts. Thank you, Rao. 29 minutes. And if today's your first day joining us, the AI Auto Trader is a fully automated system. We have a diversified portfolio of strategies that run on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. And we're running very liquid instruments. All of the futures index equities, the NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, and the S&P, E-mini. And we're also looking at crude oil and gold. So on days like today where we have a crude inventory report, we can certainly get one of those strategies into play. Just coming back off vacation, I was took a cruise with the family over Thanksgiving, and we took the. I have 2 very young kids, 2 young girls, soon to be 6 and 2 in March, and thank God the water was like a lake. Here we go. This is coming back down in our direction now. So we have really nice, we have ambitious profit targets. Primarily, we trade a one contract strategy. And we have a couple of unique ways to lock in profits along the way. We have our break even plus or minus once it goes a certain distance. And then we have our profit window. And both of those legs will lock in profits with our stop moving down, locking in profits. So I have my leaderboard down below, and that shows me pre-market which strategies are performing the best. On an FOMC day, being as conservative as I am, I'm not in a big rush to get into a trade. But I do like to have everything running in sim, and it kind of keeps the finger on the pulse of the market. And whatever comes up on our radar, aka the leaderboard, we keep a closer eye on those instruments, on those bots. Here's our runner. This is an exciting strategy. This 8U runner is also in a position here. There goes our gold on the 2 Unirenko. Let's watch how this trade plays out. Looks like it moved my profit target. Almost like a scalping strategy. This is the gold scalper that you see on the left-hand chart. Ooh, here it comes. Here comes the NASDAQ down lower. So we're giving the trade plenty of room to mature. The gold one went against us. Gold trade. So this is the Steven strategy that we're looking at on the right. That's the one that's on top of my leaderboard. And it's trying to push through these areas of support. I'm going to get rid of this 15 range chart. Now my stop just came down. You saw just then as the trade matured towards my profit target, my stop came down and locked in some profits there. And that's one leg, the break even plus or minus. It's going to lock in a small profit on the trade. And now I'm looking to get into my profit window. At any time, I can manually drag my stop or I can close the position and take profits. So I'm always in control. I do talk to some people that want to set it and forget it strategy, and this absolutely will give you that option. It exited on a line change. It sensed what that exit is. That's one of our smart exits. When my 15 EMA changed colors, excuse me, this is the dotted line below my 50, which is a really great assessment of momentum. But once it changed colors and headed up, it took profits on the trade. And now it's actually entered another short position. When my oscillator in my oscillator, exponential oscillator, when it broke through that 58% line, it jumped in short again. Seems to be trading very nicely. Ninja Trader has a very powerful trade performance metric. And when you come aboard, what we do is we set up every single one of the strategies. Every bot has its own SIM account, its own individual SIM account. And this way, historically, we can go back and we can see exactly how each and every one of the bots performs. So if I want to look at the NQ8U Steven, the drone is up $2,676 this month. So that's one of my most profitable strategies this month, is that NQ8U Signal C Steven drone. When does it do it? If we go to the analysis and break it down by the half hour of the day under period, and I always want to put it on entry time, and you can see these big green bars here. These are the times that the bot, this is my drone, and the drone is telling the bot when it performs the best, what hours of the day. And that's the only time the bot will take a trade. Hey, good morning, Al. I'm keeping an eye on that E-mini. I see the VWAP. We had pre-market, there was a big gap up. And I think the market's filling in that gap now. Let's see what happens. It might continue on up now that it's filled up the gap. But we'll keep an eye on this 30 range on the E-mini. FOMC day, things can get kind of choppy. Another strategy we're keeping an eye on is this runner, the signal A runner. That also runs on an 8U. For the month, it's doing very nicely. Trading one contract, it's up 664 with a minimal amount of drawdown, $318 of drawdown. The ABC drone is down 2,000. The drone is going to trade 23 hours a day, and it's going to tell the bot when the most profitable times are. The bot is down $384. So that one doesn't come. That one wouldn't be a very wise one to trade today. I don't see it on my leaderboard. And I see historically for the month it's not doing well. Look at the haymaker at 9:30. One day pass. Oh, this is the PA account. Running the PA account on some micros, it looks like. Hey, Lawrence, on the leaderboard? On my leaderboard, it's the Signal C Steven. The Sim Smart Stop 2 is up there. It's in a trade right now. But number 1, Steven. Number 2 is my gold scalper. Number 3 is that runner. That runner that we were just looking at. My 30 range, ABC, is up 280. Haymaker drone up 160. I was watching Mark Miller, and he was trading the runner strategy. And it looked like a really exciting strategy. Maybe we'll take a look at that one. The runner looks like it's doing really well this month. On my computer, the bot and the drone combined are up about 1,000. The bot's up 336. The drone is up 664. Let's see when it does well. 9:30 to 10:30. So this is the time it does well. I'll tell you what, to make things interesting, let's go ahead and let's play this one. A lot of heat on that Steven strategy. Market looks like it's bouncing again. Very low volume. Very low volume. The E-mini is just turning 1,000 contracts a minute now. Here's the haymaker chart. ABC drone. You can see a very ambitious profit target. Gold scalpers in. What the gold scalper is looking at, if I change my data series from a range bar to a Unorenko and put it on the 2510, and I'm going to change the number of days to bars and 1500. On Unorenko bars, be really careful. In a volatile market, it could turn 1,000 bars very quickly. So I limit it to 1,500 bars on a Unorenko. I got into this trade and it instantly reversed. Those signal B entries, we were looking at them. Sometimes they get in a little late on the moves. The signal A and C and the new one D get in much earlier. If the market's really trending, the signal B does well. But in a volatile market where there's big swings up and down, look for an A or a C entry. Let's take a look at the runner drone. Signal A is good on these FOMC days. Market is volatile, it's going up and down. When I see my 50 and it looks like a rainbow, red, yellow, and green, I know we're not in a trending market. Here we go again with gold. See if we can get some follow through now to the downside. Okay, we got that big news report coming out here in just a few minutes at 10 o'clock. 10:30 crude oil, 10 o'clock ISM services PMI. That's a red flag. Gold does well early. I was looking at the time analysis on that gold strategy. It does really well pre-market, and then about this time it gives it all back. So you wouldn't want to trade it historically during this time. I'll show you the analysis on it. I was looking at it earlier. On the Sim Gold drone, you have this window. Overnight, the Asian Open looks good. Here comes the E-mini. I'm going to turn on my copier on that, but you could see here the point I was trying to make. Right here, from 8:30 all the way to 1:30 or 2, this gold strategy does not do well. You know what? I'm going to let the news report play out. We'll hold off until after 10 o'clock. Let's see what the news report does. My leaderboard since the market opened has been dwindling. So I'm just sitting on my hands. It's going to show you a beautiful picture in Honduras. My wife and I took the kids on a cruise just recently. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, uh, there it is. This is in Honduras. You can see it's just a beautiful, lush landscape. There were small mountains with just beautiful ocean. The colors of the water in Honduras were beautiful. My wife's family came down from New York for Thanksgiving, and we jumped on that cruise ship and we sailed out of town. Gold scalper back in. All right, we got about 1 minute. 1 minute for that report. Let's see if there's a big impact on the market. Oh, thank you, Ralph. I appreciate it. How do you know which strategy to trade? Okay, so now the gold scalper is in on a runner. Looks like it's going to trade. We're going to trade this right through the report. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Good morning, Stephen. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe we'll get a little bit of action here. Gold is all over the place. Let's let things settle down now. NQ scalper. I've got to tell you, I've got a one contract strategy. Um, it's on that Sim NQ scalper. This is one of my favorite strategies here. It's a one contract instead of two. So there's not nearly as much risk. We did, we did, we did, Dr. Hanson. We had a great. The kids just had the time of their lives. Luckily, luckily the ocean, the seas were very calm, and nobody got seasick. That was a big concern. This NQ scalper is trading right into support. Hmm. You can see here my 20 Unorenko and my 2 minute is on my 50 is red. So market structure wise, I'm set up for a short trade. But you can see my 50 is red, yellow, and green. So it's really choppy right now. Hmm. So a signal B entry probably wouldn't be the best play. So I'm thinking a strategy that has either an A or a C. I'm afraid a B is just going to get in too late. You can see at the top of my leaderboard, I have a signal A, a signal C, a signal A. There's one signal B on the E-mini. Signal A. So knowing the triggers is important. Let's see if there's any follow through to the upside here. I don't think the E-mini has formed a new bar in the last half hour. It's just been sitting there. Very low volume for the E-mini. This is not a market that you could trade right now. goes the NQ scalper. It's a nice little strategy. The NQ scalper has a 50 tick trailing stop. These are my open positions here. Crude oil signal A. That's what I was going to play for the crude inventory report. Let's take a look at that crude oil. Signal A is a good entry right now. Oh, our Mac truck is in too. Let's take a look. Mac truck is this top strategy using a 20 Unirenko, which is a really large Unirenko bar. Just to put it into perspective, every new bar in the direction of the trend is 20 ticks. Every bar to the upside right now, since it's in an uptrend, would be 20 ticks or 5 points on the NASDAQ. So it's a really big bar. That 20 Unirenko doesn't get faked out very often. This one could go all the way on the 8U. Let's take a look at the crude trade. We're in a short on the drone. Signal A, black gold drone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this and play the NQ scalper. Sim NQ scalper. So I need to scroll down. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a little bar you could just slide it down. I'm spinning my wheels here. So I'm going to put on the Sim NQ scalper on my leader account. I need to clean out these accounts. I have a lot of accounts in here that I'm not using that are old. Here we go. Sim NQ scalper. So I just double click here, and now it's my leader account. And now I can lock it, and it's on these two Apex accounts, and I'll just turn it on. So I turned on the ES30 range. I like that strategy. I know historically it's a very strong strategy, and the one contract scalper I'm going to try to I know historically that this strategy performs well about this time of the day. So we'll let those take a few trades here. Wow, you're funny. Here we go. Okay, we're in this one long. See if we can get some follow through here to the upside. That Mack truck is pushing up. $10:30, we got crude inventory. So this is the NQ scalper. NQ scalper. The 30 range bar on the E-mini. I haven't seen a new bar now in an hour. Let's get ready for the crude inventory report. Beautiful short trade on crude. Wow. Look at that. Crude's down to $69 a barrel. Wow, how things have changed. $69 a barrel. Wasn't long ago, it was $80, $85 a barrel. Give it one more shot. See if we can get this short move. Going to bring my profit target right above this area of support. It's a ranging market. That 50 tick trailer, especially on that signal B entry. It's I don't know. It has the bandwidth to make it. At a break-even trade. Maybe we'll get a signal C short right here. If it bounces, rolls off the 50, continues down. Hey, Duke, I wanted to say thank you for sending in that picture of you and your wife. It's always nice to have a face behind the voice. We've been speaking all these years. Oh, I see we're getting these swings up and down. I think I need to get the pivot away from the Bs. Go ahead. Keep going. Another B entry. All right, we got 10 minutes till crude inventory. 10 minutes. I don't think these B entries are going to make it. I'm gonna pivot off of this scalper strategy. Getting good volume now. You know what does well on this is the haymaker strategy, the signal A entry. Let's give that one a shot. Let's see where our 30 range haymaker is. Here it is. Let's try signal A's. Got Jerome Powell this afternoon. It's FOMC day. Range, signal A, haymaker. Here it is. My goodness, I've never seen the ES do this before. Look at the ES. I keep thinking something's wrong with my data feed. That bar has just been sitting there. That's literally like watching paint dry, right? Okay, we're going to look for crude inventory. Let's unlock this one. Let's go to the CL signal A. All right, excuse me. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Jay. Great job, Marcy. This is a tough market. Great job getting that 350. Yeah, we're watching the haymaker now. Haymakers is a good strategy to play in these market conditions. Those big swings up and down. That signal A entry gets you in nice and early. Wow. Crude went long. Look at this. Right before the inventory report. Counter trend trade. It's in a really oversold environment. Maybe it'll retrace back to the 50. Marcy, are you back from your trip? Or are you still there with your family? Oh, my goodness. We'll have to talk later. Welcome back. Okay, we're stuck right into this area of resistance here on the NASDAQ. And I am long crude. Look at this. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, crude inventory, 3 minutes. I just so happen to be in this long trade. Haymakers slowly working its way up here, trying to push through. Nice trade, almost a $500 trade. I'm wondering if my stop is trailing. Doesn't appear to be. No, it's not. Boy, watching my stop way down there makes me nervous. Oh, there goes crude inventory. Go ahead, pop up. Go ahead. To the moon, crude. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Nice. Keep pushing up, crude. Oh no. Don't roll now. Bounced off the 50. we go. Right through there. Nice. Here we go. Ah. Oh, that's a big, ugly candle. Wow. Great job, Stephen. I was up big on Stephen earlier. Then it went south on me. Great job, man. Good volume on crude still. Here we go. Haymaker. Oh, I should have known the haymaker. The signal A. Got in nice and early. You could see the signal A. My RSI line crossed up through the 20. That green cross came. Popped in long. Nice and tight to the 50. Now I'm in my profit window now. Could catch a signal A short on crude right here. Haymaker going for the home run. Let's see what the E-mini's doing. Trying to push higher. Congrats, Steven. That's amazing. We're just above the VWAP. We're getting that green cross. As much as the NASDAQ has pushed up, the E-mini's kind of stagnant. Come on, get me in short crude. Look at that haymaker. I like it to be an equal distance. I don't want to risk more than I have the potential to win. That's just a beautiful NASDAQ trade there. It could go all the way. And it did. Oh, and we're in the 30 star. Okay, we just got into the 30 range on the E-mini. And the Haymaker, man, that Haymaker, what a beautiful trade on the Haymaker. Signal A entry, and got in nice and early on that move up, on that reversal, and boom. It went 100 ticks. Excuse me, it went 200 ticks. That was a 200 tick winner on that trade. And hopefully this thing continues up. On the E-mini. On the E-mini. That was a monster trade. Nice, Marcy. Now, in order for this Haymaker to get back in, what it would need to do is retrace to the 50. This RSI line. If it breaks through the 80, it's not going to go short because I have the 50 signal enabled. In my strategy parameters, I can prevent a counter trend trade from happening by enabling my 50 signal. And my 50 signal is enabled red-green, so it won't go short on a green 50. So what would happen is it would skip the short entry, come down hopefully into the red, and then continue back up into the direction of the trend. Look at that scalper now. Scalper's up 650. Caught that B entry. All right, let's see if we can get a retracement back to the 50 on the NASDAQ. Need this RSI line, this relative strength index, to come down into below the 20. You can see it's retracing back to the 50. We need it to get a little tighter to the 50. Come on down. Lawrence mentioned the Haymaker. And it kind of triggered my thinking. It's like, hey, the Haymaker's a signal A. That's the one you need to be in. All right, the RSI line did break. Let's see if we can get a continuation up. I think it came down far enough. Take a look at the stock market. Let's see if we can get into this this bounce on the NASDAQ. Hmm. I don't know if it came down far enough for us. Come down just a little more. Come back down just a little more. Hey, good morning, Ronald. Hmm. I tell you, I don't know why it would have appeared that I would have gotten into this short roll on the crude. It might have been trading into that area of support what prevented it. Hopefully, I get popped into this haymaker long. Nope, into a pivot. I have a feeling that E-mini trade, I might be here all day watching it. Oh, the stock market. That's what I wanted to look at. Everything's up. NASDAQ, Russell, S&P, Dow. Come on down, NASDAQ. Like to see price come right to the 50 and bounce. I'll tell you, it's absolutely beautiful weather down here in South Florida. This is our winter. We get about 2 weeks winter. Yeah, I think it's 60 degrees. Woke up, it was about 58. It's probably about 65 now. Not a cloud in the sky. This is where we throw on our winter coats, gloves, ski masks. Floridians. I was watching the Buffalo Bills game on Sunday night. Holy moly. The frozen tundra. We have a client, George, out in the frozen tundra up in Buffalo. Did you see that ice and snow? Can you imagine playing football in that? Oh my God. Ah, I thought for sure we'd get in this haymaker trade. We needed to come back down just a little bit further. Well, we've got Jerome Powell. I think we're in a really exciting time. I think the market is going to respond to this new administration. We got our Christmas tree up. Ordered the kids some toys on the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. Santa Claus is riding an Amazon truck this year. Uh, I'm sick not getting this short roll on the crude oil trade. Look at this. This RSI line broke down right here. Might have got stopped out on these two candles. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm in a bunch of ES trades. Our gold jumped back in. Let's take a look at gold. This gold scalper strategy has a small first target, and then we're in it on a runner. We're at break even right now. Our stop is at break even, and we have the potential for this thing to rack in some really nice gains. We got David Wise coming up right behind me. You know what? I think David Cush is our prop trading pro. Let me put a link in the room. I believe he has a presentation today on his prop trading strategy. He has a rules-based strategy, and he does not break his rules for nobody. We need a big bounce up to the upside now on the NASDAQ. And we have another futures trader, Craig Emery. Craig Emery is going to be coming on Thursday afternoon for the closing bell from 3 to 4:30. He also does Tuesday mornings. So we're adding a session on Thursday if we're going to trade into the closing bell from 3 to 4:30 Eastern. And how to finally beat the prop firms today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a live presentation. The Kush is going to be sharing his rules-based prop trading strategy, how he's able to get consistent payouts. How to beat. And we're talking about the prop firms. Right line funding. Coming soon. We're looking for a few good traders to provide funding for. We're going to be providing a lot of educational and trading, increasing the amount of training. And we're searching for promising traders to fund for live trading. We're going to build a team of traders. We've already accumulated some great ones. And we're going to establish a great relationship with you, give you a really great split, 90-10. Coming soon. Actually, it's at 4:30. I'm going to put a link in the room here in the chat box. If you'd like to join us, how to beat the prop firms is going to be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Order submitted.
Yeah, doctor, it's going to be really exciting. Mark Miller was just a great guy. Really has us really excited about the funding and bringing a whole new component to our community. And he certainly has the resources to do it. Okay, what I'm going to have to do is log into YouTube because my chat is not allowing me to do it. But I'm going to log in really quick. I might echo for just a minute. Coming up, coming live. Coming up, coming live. Coming up, coming live. Coming up. Okay, sorry about that. I just put the link in. If you want to join us today at 4:30, Kush has a really great prop trading strategy. Man, he is. Let me tell you, this guy is so disciplined. I mean, he has. He writes his rules on the chart. I've said, and you can see it plain as day. There's 6 or 7 rules, and he will wait. He'll look at 4 or 5 different instruments, and he'll wait for that setup. And if everything doesn't line up exactly the way it's supposed to, he won't take a trade.
Order submitted.
Extremely disciplined. I'm taking a little heat on this ES trade, but it's early. Anything could happen. Oh, I'm still enabled. Yeah, I'm enabled on the haymaker. Oh, I didn't know it was enabled here. Oh, crude oil. Today at 4:30. If you can't make it live, still register because what we do is we send a replay to all the registrants. And the money flow tracker, really a great system for discretionary trading. I didn't get this bounce on the haymaker. I think that pivot to the upside is preventing my entry. It's set up absolutely perfect for a haymaker entry. You could see the RSI line in my oscillator broke out through the 20. But one of my filters or conditions is I have to have 60 ticks. I believe it's 60 ticks of clearance before a pivot or an area of support or resistance, and I don't think we satisfied that condition. We've got some really great ways to manage these trades. In the strategy parameters, you can see we have our global parameters. We're leveraging a really powerful set of indicators, and they can be configured on any time frame. All fully adjustable inputs. And then we have some really nice components with our trading session hours. Our drones are telling the bots the 3 most profitable trading hours or sessions to trade. If it finds during the London Open it's very profitable, you might have a start time at 6 or 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time. And then maybe a second window during the New York Stock Exchange, and maybe even a third one at the closing bell or maybe even the Asian Open. So you have 3 trading session hours that the strategy will trade. We could configure it to take only long, only short, or both. We have a really great price velocity filter that will prevent trades from being executed unless the market is really moving nicely. There's a nice range in the market. Some of my favorite parameters though are, if you're going to set it and forget it, you have a daily session loss limit and a daily profit limit. So if your risk tolerance, you can only stand to take a $300 or $500 drawdown, whatever that number might be. You could put it here. And if the system takes losses in that amount, it will stop trading immediately. And the same holds true for the session profit target. Once the profit limit is hit, the system will lock that in and stop trading for the day. We also have the trailing session loss limit, which is similar for prop traders to that trailing threshold. If you've put in there that you only want to lose 400 and you go up 600, well, if it comes back down to plus 200, it's going to stop right there. It's only going to let you lose $200 with the trailing stop. And the really nice ways, we have 3 triggers right now, the A, B, and C. We have a masterclass module that goes into exactly what those are. But the way we can manage these trades is really unique. We have the break-even plus or minus. We could do a one-contract strategy with a very ambitious profit target. Maybe go for 200 ticks. And then we can lock in a couple of legs along the way with our break-even plus or minus. And then we have our profit target window, where if we get within 10 or 15 or 20 ticks of our profit target, or even 50 ticks, Your stop is going to move all the way up and lock in more profits. So we don't need to get the full excursion to still have a profitable trade. So we've got some really great features. We also have our smart stops. Smart stop 2 is our pattern recognition. Smart stop 3 is when we attach it to our 15 EMA. You have a trailing stop attached to the moving average. The threshold is how many ticks you want it to go before it kicks in. Here we go. We're getting a bounce to the upside. The smart stop 1 is based on an oversold or overbought environment. So some really nice features that are a part of the strategies. My time is just about up. However, David Wise is going to be trading the SPY super system right behind me. Probably just kicked off now. So I'm going to close in just a moment or two here. We were all over that haymaker entry. We just had that pivot to the upside that prevented it from taking a trade. So I'm going to let the E-mini trade play out. I'm going to disable all my other strategies off my trade copier. And we'll take a look at the leaderboard, do a quick recap. This is an FOMC day with Jerome Powell speaking this afternoon. And historically, it's a rocky morning, a rocky morning session until he speaks. But at the haymaker was at the top of our leaderboard. And Lawrence, man, I wish I would have read your message earlier, because as soon as I read it, it popped in my head. The signal A runner continues to do very well. Very consistent. Then we had our 30 range signal A PA account was up nominally. Our 5-minute signal B, the Russell, very small gains on FOMC day for those top strategies. So it's kind of slim pickings for this session. Not as exciting as usual. But that's all in the game when it comes to trading. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm going to let this 30 range ES position ride out and take a lunch break. But listen, you are more than welcome to join us if you close out of this live stream, in our YouTube channel, you'll see another one that's also live with David Wise trading the SPY super system. And man, this guy is just racking up the winners. He's incredible. This afternoon at 4:30, I put the link in the chat box. David Kushner is doing a presentation on his prop trading strategy. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And God willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay blessed, everybody. Have a great day. So long.